Hello, friends! Have you ever wondered why some people see every challenge as an opportunity, while some people get scared of a little failure? Why some people keep growing continuously, while some stop at one place? The answer to this is hidden in our mindset. This wonderful book by Carol S. Dewey explains to us that our way of thinking is the biggest reason for our success and failure. This is not just a motivational, but a guide based on scientific research, which teaches us how the direction of our thinking determines the direction of our life. In our society, it is often taught that talent and intelligence are the keys to success. But is it really that easy? If it were so, every talented person would be successful. But the reality says something else. It is told in this book that not only talent or intelligence, but our mindset decides how far we can go in life. Dewey has defined two types of mindsets: fixed mindset and growth mindset. People with fixed mindset believe that their abilities are fixed from birth, and they cannot change them. They are afraid of failure, run away from challenges, and avoid criticism. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can constantly grow if they work hard and adopt the right strategy. They see challenges as opportunities, learn from failures, and try to become better every day. Imagine if Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, or Michael Jordan had believed that they were already born with limited abilities. Would they have become great in their field? No. All of them adopted a growth mindset and took every failure as a new lesson. In this video, we will share with you the most important things from this book so that you too can develop a growth mindset within yourself. We will learn how you can achieve great success in your life by changing your mindset. If you also want to grow in your career, studies, business, or personal life, then watch this video till the end. This is not just a book summary, but a golden opportunity to change your thinking and open the doors of new possibilities in your life. So, let's dive into the wisdom of this powerful book and learn how to develop the right mindset. By adopting these principles, we can turn our dreams into reality. Chapter 1: The Mindsets. Have you ever wondered why some people keep moving ahead even in difficult situations, while some give up at the slightest difficulty? Why some people keep learning and growing continuously, while some get confined to the limits created by themselves? It all depends on the structure of our thinking, which we call mindset. Our thinking decides the direction of our life. Whatever we achieve, whatever we learn, whatever we experience, all this is controlled by our mindset. This is not magic, but a scientific truth. During her research, Daw reached the conclusion that the mindsets of humans are mainly of two types: fixed mindset, stable thinking, and growth mindset, developed thinking. People with fixed mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence are inborn and there can be no change in them. They believe that if they are not good at something, then they can never become good at it. They associate failure with their identity and try to avoid challenges. When they face a difficult problem, they feel that it is not meant for them, and they give up. For them, failure becomes a permanent mark instead of trying. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed if they work hard and adopt the right approach. They know that learning and growth is a process, and success is a part of this process. They see challenges as opportunities and try to learn something from every failure. For them, failure is a lesson and not a permanent stamp. Now the question arises whether our mindset is decided in our childhood itself. Can it be changed? Our mindset is completely flexible. It develops from our experiences, upbringing, and the teachings we receive. When a child is told that you are very smart, then he may think that smartness is a permanent thing, which either happens or does not happen. But when he is taught that you have learned this by working hard, then he understands that with hard work and effort, one can become better at anything. An experiment was conducted on two groups of children in a school. The children of the first group were told that they are very talented, and the children in the second group were told that they are very hardworking and have the ability to learn continuously. When both the groups were given a difficult task, the first group gave up quickly because they felt that it was beyond their talent, while the second group kept trying because they believed that they could learn. This proves that if we consider ourselves limited, we will remain limited. But if we believe that we can learn any skill, then nothing is impossible for us. Now, think about your life. Have you ever felt that you are not good at something and so you left it? Have you ever associated any failure with your identity? If yes, then it can be a sign of fixed mindset. But the good news is that you can change it. Your mindset determines the direction of your life. If you change your mindset, you can also change your future. You can make every failure an opportunity to learn and see every difficulty as a new beginning. This idea of Dweck is not only for personal development, but also for education, business, sports, and relationships. When we adopt a growth mindset, we motivate not just ourselves, but also those around us. So, the next time you face a challenge, ask yourself this question: will I give up, or will I turn this into an opportunity to learn? The answer will determine which mindset you are living with. Fixed or growth? Chapter 2, Inside the Mindsets, the World. Inside mindsets. Have you ever noticed how you feel when someone tells you that you are not good at something? Do you accept it as a challenge and try to improve yourself? Or do you accept that you can never really be good at it? This is where our mindset determines how we move forward in life. It is not just a matter of two different ways of thinking, but it is a mental framework that affects our every reaction, every decision, and every effort. Mindsets are not just our beliefs, but they are the power that determines the entire direction of our life. When a child hears this from his parents or teachers, that you are very smart or you are very talented, then this can lay the foundation of a fixed mindset. It sounds good, but its hidden effect is that the child may believe that his success depends only on his talent and not on his efforts. Now, if he faces a difficult situation and fails, then he may feel that perhaps he is not as smart as people said. After this, he starts avoiding challenges because he is afraid that failure may prove his smartness wrong. On the other hand, if the same child hears that you worked very hard, and that is why you got success, then his mindset growth increases further. Now he starts understanding that talent is not a permanent thing, but this hard work is the result of patience and right attitude. When he faces any difficulty, he will feel that he can learn from it and do better. People with fixed mindset consider failure as a direct blow to their self-esteem. When they face a difficult problem, they start thinking that perhaps they are not that capable. They try to keep themselves away from challenges so that no question is raised on their abilities. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset see every challenge as an opportunity. They know that behind every failure is a learning opportunity, and they try to constantly improve themselves. Day and his team divided some students into two groups. The first group was given easy questions, and they were praised for their smartness. The second group was given difficult questions, and they were motivated for their hard work and effort. When both the groups faced even more difficult questions, the children of the first group got nervous and tried to avoid failure, but the children of the second group became more excited and started working harder to solve the questions. This makes it clear that when we associate our success with talent, we start fearing failure. But when we consider it a part of the learning process, we keep ourselves ready for every challenge. Mindsets are not limited to studies and career only. They affect every field of our life: sports, business, relationships, and even our own thinking ability. If an athlete is taught that he is a champion by birth, then one defeat can completely break him. But if he is taught that he can make himself better by working hard every day, then he will learn something from every defeat and return with a new zeal. Now take a look at your life. How many times have you tried to avoid a challenge just because you thought that maybe you are not good at it? Have you ever considered a failure as the final truth of your capabilities? If yes, then it can be a sign of fixed mindset. But remember that mindsets can be changed. Mindsets teach us that our thinking is not a permanent thing. Rather, it can change. It can develop. We can turn our habits, our thoughts, and our mindset in the direction where we can continuously improve ourselves. So, the next time you see a problem, ask yourself this question: will I see it as a cha, or will I run away from it? The answer will define your mindset, and if you want, you can change it from today itself. Chapter: The Truth About Ability and Achievements. Truth about abilities and achievements. Have you ever felt that some people achieve success without any special effort, while some people work hard day and night? Despite all our efforts, we are not able to reach that far. Are some people really talented from birth, and the rest just remain in their shadow? Or does success depend on something else? These questions seem as simple as they are deep, and their answer is hidden in our mindset. Our abilities and our achievements are not the result of our talent, but it depends on how we see our talent and capabilities. Our mindset decides how far we can go. There is a big misconception in our society that talent is everything. If a child is good in mathematics, then people will say that he is a genius of mathematics from birth. If an artist makes a great painting, then people will believe that it is his natural gift. But is this the whole truth? Is talent the last thing, or is hard work and the right mindset even more important? Talent may give an initial advantage, but real success is achieved by those who constantly work hard to improve themselves. They saw that people with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities are fixed from birth. If they are good at something, they continue doing it, but if they struggle in something, they give up quickly. They avoid challenges because they feel that if they fail, it will prove that they are not that talented. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that abilities are not just born, but they can be developed with hard work and the right approach. They see failure as a lesson and work on their weaknesses. They believe that with constant practice and the right strategy, they can master anything. A famous example is Michael Jordan. People say that he was a born great player, but the reality is something else. When he was in school, he was kicked off his basketball team because he was not that good at that time. If he had a fixed mindset, he would probably never have taken basketball seriously. But he adopted a growth mindset, worked on his weaknesses, practiced for hours, and made himself one of the greatest basketball players in the world. His success was not just a result of talent, but his hard work was the result of the right mindset and a process of continuous improvement. Fixed people with a growth mindset often choose easy paths to protect themselves from failure. They like to do things in which they are already good, so that they do not have to prove themselves. But this thinking prevents them from moving forward in the long run. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset are not afraid of learning new things. They are not afraid of failure. Rather, they see every failure as an opportunity for themselves. In another interesting research, scientists studied two groups of children. The children of the first group were told that they are very smart, and their success is due to their intelligence. The children of the second group were told that they succeeded because they worked very hard. When these children were later given a difficult test, the children of the first group gave up quickly because they wanted to save their smartness and started associating failure with themselves. But the children of the second group stood firm and kept trying continuously because they believed that they could do better with hard work. Success is not only the result of innate talent, but it depends on how we develop our talent. If we believe that we can learn any skill, then we can truly achieve success. We can learn it, but if we believe that our abilities are limited, we will limit ourselves. Now it depends on which mindset you want to adopt. Will you be among those who avoid challenges and are afraid of failure, or will you be among those who see every difficulty as an opportunity? Chapter 4. Sports Mindset of a Champion. Business, Mindset, and Leadership Relationships. Mindset in Love. Have you ever wondered, what is the difference between a champion and an ordinary player? Is someone born a winner, or is it something that can be developed? Do some people succeed in the business world only because they are talented, or does their mindset make them different from others? And does mindset also play a role in relationships? All these questions are related to the most important parts of our life: sports, business, and relationships. In all these areas, our way of thinking decides our success and failure. When we look into the world of sports, we see many such players whose names are recorded in history. But if we look deeply into their journey, we will find that they have only talent. No, but there was also a special mindset. Take Michael Jordan, for example. There was a time when he was kicked out of his school's basketball team. If he had a fixed mindset, he would have sat down thinking that he was not a good player. But he had a growth mindset, which convinced him that he could improve himself by working hard. He did not ask failure a question of his self-esteem, but took it as a challenge and started working on improving himself every day. Only physical ability is not enough to become a champion. Real champions are those who are not afraid of failure, but learn from it. They make every defeat their strength and believe that there is no limit to improvement. This is why they take themselves to a new level every time. Now, let us move from the world of sports to the world of business. What is most important to become a good leader? Can only intelligence and experience make a person a great leader? Duck says that mindset plays the biggest role in leadership too. Some leaders consider themselves omnipotent. They think that they already know everything, and they do not need to learn from anyone. This is a sign of a fixed mindset. Such leaders reject criticism, are afraid of change, and try to hide their mistakes. On the contrary, leaders with a growth mindset are always ready to learn. They believe that no one is perfect and everyone can improve. They value the suggestions of their team, learn from mistakes, and are always looking for new opportunities. Steve Jobs is a great example of this. When he was fired from the company for the first time, he could have given up, but he saw his failure as an opportunity and stood up again. He learned new things, improved his leadership, and finally returned as a winner. This was the result of his growth mindset, which made him one of the most influential leaders in the world. Now, let's talk about relationships. Have you ever wondered why some relationships remain strong while some relationships break at the slightest difficulty? The reason for this is also hidden in the mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe in relationships that if there is a problem, then perhaps this relationship is not right for them. They think that true love should be made without any hard work and should work on its own. But people with a growth mindset understand that every relationship takes time and effort. They believe that if a relationship is struggling, it doesn't mean that the relationship should end. Rather, it is an opportunity to understand each other better and build a stronger bond. True and strong relationships are those where both people try to make each other better. They don't ignore small mistakes, but discuss them and find solutions together. They do not take criticism as a personal attack, but see it as an opportunity to improve. In every area of our lives, our mindset is the biggest reason for our success and failure. Be it sports, business, or relationships, if we believe that we can learn, improve, and move forward, then we can really do it. Chapter 5. Parents, Teachers, and coaches. Where do we get our mindsets from? Have you ever wondered where we get our mindsets from? Why do we get nervous about a challenge while some people see the same challenge as an opportunity? Why do some children keep moving forward in life while others do not get scared at the slightest failure? The answer lies in the people who shape our early life, us parents, teachers, and coaches. Our mindset does not come out of nowhere suddenly. Rather, it is formed by the messages and behaviors that we get from childhood. In childhood, we are like a blank paper. Our parents who tell us, our teachers who teach us, and our coaches who inspire us, all these together shape our thinking. If a child is told repeatedly that he is very smart, then he starts considering his smartness as his identity. But if the same child is taught that anything can be achieved with hard work and dedication, then he keeps his mind open and enjoys the process of learning. Many times, parents unknowingly limit the mindset of their children. When they tell their child that you are a genius from birth, it sounds good, but it gives birth to a fixed mindset. The child starts believing that his success depends only on his natural abilities. But when the same child faces any difficulty and fails in learning something new, when a child struggles, he feels that he is not as smart as he was told. The result is that he starts avoiding challenges because he is afraid that if he fails, people will consider him weak. On the other hand, when parents teach their children that if you work hard, you can learn everything, they develop a growth mindset. Such a child is not afraid of failure, but sees it as an opportunity. He knows that if he keeps practicing, he can master any skill. Children who are appreciated for their hard work and effort become more resilient and confident. Now, let's talk about the role of teachers. A good teacher not only imparts knowledge to his students, but also shapes their mindset. Some teachers believe that some children are born talented and the rest will lag behind them. This is a sign of fixed mindset, and it has a negative impact on students. When a teacher believes that some children can never be good at mathematics, or some children will always be average, they inadvertently weaken the confidence of those children. On the contrary, a teacher with a growth mindset teaches every child to be capable of achieving something. He gives an opportunity to learn. He knows that every student is different, but if the right guidance is given, everyone can develop their abilities. In his research, Dweck saw that when teachers assure students that if you try, you will definitely learn, then they start performing well, even in difficult subjects. Now, coming to the role of the coach, mindset is as important in the sports field as it is in a classroom. A good coach develops not only physical abilities, but also mental strength. When the coach emphasizes only on winning and sees failure in a negative way, then the players start giving up quickly. But when the coach teaches that failure is a part of the learning process, then the players become even stronger. Dweck studied many successful athletes and their coaches, and found that great coaches always teach their players the mindset of improvement. They do not tell them that they are just talented, but tell them that without hard work and the right strategy, no success is possible. He found that the most successful players are those who are ready to constantly improve their game, and not those who depend only on their talent. Mindset is not just formed by our own thoughts, but it is shaped by the people who play an important role in our lives. If parents, teachers, and coaches guide in the right direction, any child can adopt a growth mindset and reach great heights in life. Chapter 6. Changing the Mindset, the Power of Change. Have you ever felt that a challenge came in front of you, and you told yourself that I cannot do this, or doubted yourself after a failure? If yes, then the reason for this could be your mindset. But the good news is that mindset is not a permanent thing. It can be changed, it can be developed. No matter how many years we have been living with a fixed mindset, we can change ourselves, and this change can change our whole life. Change is not easy. Our mindset is formed by our thoughts, experiences and patterns formed by society. When we are taught from childhood that talent and intelligence are inborn, then we start believing in those limitations. When we are repeatedly scared of failure, then we start avoiding taking risks. But Dew says that these fears, these limitations are not real. They are just our thinking. These are traps created by the mind. And the most interesting thing is that as soon as we recognize this truth, the process of change begins. The structure of our brain is such that it has the ability to constantly learn and change. Neuroscience has proved that when we work hard on something new neural connections are formed in our brain. This means that if today we consider ourselves weak in something, then we can make it our strength with practice and the right mindset. But the first thing we have to do is that we have to convince ourselves that change is possible. When we move from fixed mindset to growth mindset, the first change comes in our way of thinking. Earlier, where we used to get scared seeing challenges, now we start seeing them as an opportunity. Earlier, where the fear of failure used to pull us back, now we start adopting it as an opportunity to learn. But this change comes only when we start recognizing the negative thoughts within us. Everyone has a fixed mindset voice in their mind. This is the voice that tells us that we are not good enough, that if we fail, people will reject us. People will judge us, that if we are not expert in something, then we can never become one. But along with this, there is another voice inside us, the growth mindset voice, which motivates us and assures us that every failure gives us an opportunity to learn that our abilities are not fixed, but they can be developed. Whenever the voice of fixed mindset arises inside us, we should challenge it. If our mind says that you cannot do this, then we should ask ourselves, if I practice, learn, and work hard, can I do this? When our mind says that you are not that smart, then we should answer that smartness is not permanent. I can develop it. The most important thing in the journey of change is patience and continuity. No mindset changes overnight. Many times it will happen that we will return to the old thinking, will be afraid of challenges, will get disappointed by failures. But these are the moments when we have to remind ourselves that the process of change is going on. The environment around us affects our mindset a lot. If we live with people who keep themselves in limits, who are afraid of failure, who are afraid of new opportunities, if we run away, then it becomes difficult for us to come out of the fixed mindset. But if we stay with people who accept challenges, who believe in hard work, who give priority to continuous learning, then our mindset also starts changing. That is why we should create such an environment around us where growth mindset is encouraged. Mindset is not a permanent thing. It can be changed at any age and in any situation. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to challenge our thinking. We have to learn new things, and most importantly, we should never limit ourselves. We are more capable than we think. We just have to recognize the power to change our mindset, and then every challenge in our life will become a new opportunity for us. So, friends, from Mindset, the New Psychology of Success, we got to learn that our thinking is the real key to our success. If we change our mindset, then every challenge in life can turn into a new opportunity. Fixed mindset limits us, but growth mindset gives us the power to move forward. We have to believe in ourselves, learn from failures, and read towards our better version every day. If you like this, if you liked the video and learned something new from it, then definitely like it. And tell us in the comment which part of the video inspired you the most. If you want to see more such book summaries, then do not forget to subscribe to the Story Hub channel and press the bell icon so that you get the notifications of our every new video first. See you in the next video, where we will bring you the summary of another great book. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep strengthening your mindset.